Hi, friends, welcome back. Copenhagen, wow. This is one of those cities where I caught myself thinking I could totally live here. The city is so clean, welcoming, and honestly, the Nyhavn is absolutely beautiful. The colorful houses along the canal aren't just colorful because it looks pretty. It actually started because sailors often return home from long voyages after months at sea, and they were often drunk or tired, and the brightly painted houses acted as addresses. Instead of having to find a number, it was just easier to find the house based on the color. That is super practical, right? So, for centuries, clean drinking water was scarce in many European cities, including Copenhagen. Because beer was brewed, boiled, and fermented, it was safer to drink than water. Workers, including sailors, were commonly paid in part with beer rather than cash. So, yes, beer was literally a form of currency in old Copenhagen. It explains a bit more why the colorful houses were needed. In modern time, the city's harbor is so clean you can actually swim in it. There are designated harbor baths right in the middle of town. I absolutely love this. I hopped on a boat tour and it was the perfect way to see the city. We passed the modern opera house, some stunning historic buildings, and even caught view of the Royal Yacht. And let me just say, it is huge. The Royal Yacht, as you can see here, was built in 1931. It's named after Denmark's national flag, which is one of the world's oldest flags that is still in use. Despite it being over 90 years old, the yacht is meticulously maintained and is expected to remain in service until at least 2030. After the boat tour, I checked out Freetown Christiania. This place had really caught my attention even before I came because they literally have their own set of laws. It's a community within the city. It's kind of alternative, kind of rebellious, but they do have rules there, especially about filming and photography. Once you're past a certain point, cameras are a big no-no. For some background, it was founded in 1971 when a group of squatters, artists, and hippies took over abandoned military barracks and declared it a free town, separate from the Danish law. Christiania has its own flag with 3 yellow dots and a red background. At one point, they even introduced its own currency, but that didn't really last long. It is one of Denmark's most visited tourist attractions, drawing nearly 500,000 visitors every single year. It's covered in art like murals, graffiti, psychedelic art, much of it done by the residents themselves. Many residents focus on eco-conscious lifestyles like composting, solar panels, and community gardens. Homes here are handmade from scrap material, boats, and reclaimed wood. Christiania is home to the legendary music venue that has hosted everything from punk bands to jazz icons. Pusher Street is the main street and it's infamous for its cannabis trade. Even though cannabis is illegal in Denmark, this has caused clashes with police over the years and raids. However, cannabis has continuously and is still a normal thing here. To be 1,000% honest, it was kind of giving me cult vibes, but it is not a cult. It's a community where decisions are made collectively by residents in meetings. And I have to say that it's really cool that they welcome tourists into their space, into their community, because it's an experience that not everyone gets to have, just to be able to see how they live and experience what that is like. And I love the hippie vibe. After some illegal activities, I knew I needed Jesus. Just joking. But I went across the street to Our Savior's Church, and it ended up being one of the highlights of the entire trip. The church's most famous feature is its external spiral staircase. You can climb 400 steps to the very top, but the last 150 steps are outside. So you're walking on the outside of the spire with nothing but the sky above. The staircase outside the tower really gives the best view of the city. In fact, around 200,000 people climb the tower every year, and it's considered one of the best views in all of Copenhagen. The city itself felt charming, vibrant, outdoorsy, and yeah, definitely a little bit boozy. I walked around a ton, and each corner really felt like it had its own personality. About 62% of people that live there commute by bike daily, making it one of the world's most bike-friendly cities. Next stop, and this was on a different day, is Tivoli Park. It opened in 1843, making it the world's third oldest amusement park. It's said to have been the inspiration for Walt Disney when he created Disneyland. It draws around 4.5 million visitors a year, making it one of the most visited seasonal theme parks. And it had a lot of things going on, from roller coasters to little boat rides, plays, and aquarium. So I definitely suggest to check it out if you want a fun day outdoors. The next place I checked out is Castellet. It's a pentagon-shaped fortress that was built between 1626 and 1627 to strengthen Copenhagen's defenses against foreign attacks. It's designated to withstand cannon fire and maximize defensive coverage. It remained an active military base for over 300 years, housing soldiers, officers, and military workshops. Some of the Danish military units still use parts of it today. However, today, Castellet is a popular park and walking area. Visitors can stroll along, and I for sure recommend that you check it out. The King's Garden, which is Denmark's oldest royal garden, established in 1606, is our next stop. The Rosenborg Castle is in the center and sits in the middle of the garden, making it look like a fairy tale setting surrounded by greenery. It was the perfect place to relax and unwind after a long day of walking. Some other things to check out: the palaces. So Copenhagen is home to 4 main royal palaces. Then there's the famous Little Mermaid statue. Street lamps. So the city has some street lamps that double as birdhouses. It's a cool little find. Then the Round Tower is a 17th century tower with an observatory, planetarium, event hall, and a spiral ramp instead of stairs. And it was built that way so that horses could go up back in the day. The next one is St. Peter's Bakery. It's Copenhagen's oldest bakery, and it's famous for their sticky cinnamon rolls, which literally translate to Wednesday snails, and they sell them on Wednesday, selling over 4,000 of them. And the last thing is to watch out for the new Nordic cuisine. Copenhagen is a global food hotspot, and it has many famous restaurants, specifically Noma, which has been awarded Best Restaurant in the World multiple times. I didn't eat there due to budget restraints, but I did eat really good while I was there, and I just want to say thank you if you made it this far. I know this video was long, so thanks so much.